What you're about to watch is part of an online training that I do twice a month inside my Movement Makers program, where I coach entrepreneurs like you how to build an online movement, how to make money from it, and use it to make a huge impact on the world. Enjoy. Today we're going to talk about how to find where my 1,000 true fans are hiding. It's a good topic. When I saw it pop up, I was pumped yesterday to start diving into some thoughts. I love the polling system we created. I really love it. I love that you guys are giving feedback on what you want to talk about, and we're pulling some of the things from the book, but then also what I really love about this group is I can share my current best practices. Like, what am I doing exactly right now? So a lot of the examples I'm going to share are just what I was doing yesterday. You know, when you write a book, you want it to last, right? So you can't always share exactly what you're doing right now, because it's going to change in 6 months. It's going to change in a year. It's going to change in 5 years, right? I want people in 10 years to still read this book and find it valuable. But the value of this group is you get the access to exactly right now what I'm working on. So it's always so much fun putting these together for you. So let's dive in. So how to find where my 1,000 true fans are hiding. As always, giving a shout out to who came up with this topic, Mr. Ben McNeil. I don't know if Ben's in the house or was in the house yet. Haven't seen you. Ben, if you're in the house, say hi. Welcome aboard. Thank you for the awesome topic. So how to find where my 1,000 true fans are hiding. So number one, they're not hiding, you are. When I first saw this topic, I was excited, but also a little tiny bit put off just in the wording, because I want you guys to always take 100% accountability, right? This is how I live. It's my fault. It's my responsibility to get out there and make the progress that I want. And the beginning is great, right? How to is seeking answers. You're looking, you're searching, you're trying to find it. But that last part of hiding, they're not hiding, right? That's putting, you know, the blame and responsibility on them. They're not hiding. For too many of us, it's you. Right? Like, you're hiding. You're not posting enough content. You're not sharing your story enough. You're not putting yourself out there. You're not creating enough. Right? And I know it's hard, and we'll talk about some of the ideas here later on in this presentation. But if you're not where you want to be yet, it's a direct result of your effort, your abilities, your skill set, your putting in the work, right? But I just wanted to highlight in the language. And I know this wasn't Ben's intent. I know Ben in posting it was not saying it's their fault, but just being careful about the word choice that we're using and the stories that we're telling ourselves, because they're not hiding. The problem is not that your fans are hiding. The problem is that you're hiding, and we need to unleash that. And that's part in the book. That's part of this program. It's part of this presentation. And so I'm super excited to help unleash that. So I know sharing is scary. I talk about it in the book. Whenever I say BTS is built to serve, page 108, if you want more references, you can go in and check it out. I have this picture of me and Alex up because we discovered last week or 2 weeks ago that Alex has a learning disability. One, ADHD, which is super common, but also something called executive functioning. Anyway, and it's been hurting. He's, you know, had it his whole life, just kind of figured it out now. He learns slower than most people. Things that I don't have to repeat to others, I have to go over multiple times with him before he finally gets it. And now we're trying to devise kind of strategies and techniques on how we can learn more effectively. But what I told him yesterday, and this is why I love this group, is I can share what's happening right now. Yesterday was, Alex, you have to share that story. You have to share that you have a learning disability. You have to share how that makes you feel. You have to share the impact that it's having on you, trying to be an entrepreneur, trying to build a business, trying to live your life. How does it hit you? Because other people will connect to that, right? And he doesn't know how to process it yet. He's worried about, you know, judgment and how people will see it. He, you know, wants to talk to his mom first and all this stuff. But in sharing is the thing that will make people connect to you. And so he's already shared his stories about hyperhidrosis and being, that's excessive sweating, and not being able to talk to girls and all this stuff. And a lot of it is in the book. But this just happened, you know, last week. And yesterday was my conversation with him about, you have to share this with your audience. And that's actually part of the healing. That is actually part of the healing. Because as long as you're worried about it, as long as you're afraid of the judgment and what people might say about it, you keep it hidden, you keep yourself playing small, and then you don't create any amazing content, and that secret owns you. And so I told them, great, go talk to your mom. Awesome. But then you have to go post. He's like, well, should I post it as a story? Should I post it as Instagram Live? Like, it doesn't matter. Just get it out there. Just get it out there so that somebody watches it and gives you some kind of comment. I mean, the comments are all going to be positive, right? Nobody's going to come on and say, Alex, I always knew you were a dummy, right? At least I hope not. But in sharing it and getting the secret out there, it's incredibly empowering. And other people will then be inspired as well to talk to Alex about their learning disability and be able to share in their life the things that are happening. So this is part of the hiding. This is part of the hiding that we all go through, is the story that you're afraid to share is the thing that you have to share to help people connect to you. It makes sense logically. It's just difficult. It's difficult to share the thing that you don't want other people to know. It's still hard. Like, Alex has gone through this. Alex has been around me for 5 years. So he knows this, but it's still hard, right? So that's fine. It's meant to be hard, but getting it out there becomes the healing process. In Built to Serve, page 63, we talk about being the tree. And so my concept of the tree is, the tree is designed to breathe in carbon dioxide, right? Which is too much for a human, is poison. It eats it, it grows from it, and then it spits out oxygen for the world. And I see that as our job as thought leaders, as movement makers, as your job is partly to eat the negativity, to eat the criticism, to eat the judgment, to grow from it, and then spit out oxygen, positivity for the world, for the people who currently are who you used to be. And so when I say they're not hiding, you are, what I want to see is more consistency, more vulnerability, more personal storytelling, more effort and care, right? More. And you may not have great results yet. You may not be proud of the finished product yet because you're still learning, still getting better, still trying. But all of these things, the more you can apply them, the more you can become that tree, the more you're sharing your story, you're going to find that the people, your 1,000 true fans, suddenly come out of, air quotes, hiding, right? They come out of hiding because you've given them permission to. Because for them to come out of hiding, you need to come out of hiding first. Does that make sense? Joshua saying my favorite illustration was the tree. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. It was I was doing some podcast, and it was with somebody who was into like psychedelics and crazy stuff. And I told him that he's a tree. And then I said, you know what? That's a great analogy. Anyway. Okay. So I don't know if Ben is here. Ben saying hi if you're here. I might have missed it if you are, but so Ben, and this is not meant to be a knock at Ben, right? Ben, I went to his Facebook account and he posted once 3 days ago and then once 6 days ago. And maybe he's posting somewhere else. I couldn't find his Instagram or anything else, but this is where now we need to step up, right? This is part of the hiding. If we're posting 2 times in 6 days, if you want to be a thought leader and get your message out there, it has to be more frequently, right? Back to here, more consistency, more vulnerability, more personal storytelling, more effort and care. So if I'm running Ben's page here, I want to see those things. I want to see the consistency, right? So 6 times in 6 days, right? I want to see the storytelling. Right here, it's just telling me about a new podcast. And what does it say? New podcast with Naomi. Awesome. Use a discounted code to get prices. Awesome. I mean, there's no vulnerability there. There's no storytelling there. I'm sure the podcast itself is great, but tell me in the content that you're posting, right? And so more care, more effort, more storytelling, more vulnerability, more consistency. That's how you pull them out of hiding, by you leading by example. Is that making sense? And I love Ben. This again is not meant to be a knock against Ben or any of you guys. I just pulled his profile as an example. I bet if I went into a lot of your profiles, it'd be something similar. And I want you to take the accountability and start creating the content that you need to attract the people to build your movement, have the impact you want to have. If you want to watch the full 85-minute version of this video and train with me live twice a month to build your online audience, make money from it, and use it to change the world, you have to join my Movement Makers program. For more information, click the link right here below me. Continue to believe, and I'll
see you there.